This is for all you crazy Gaga kids. Give me the thing that I love. Turn the lights on. Put your hands up, make them touch. Make it real loud. Give me the thing that I love. Turn the lights on. Put your hands up, make them touch. Make it real loud.
Hey girl, hey. Today we're going to talk about women during the colonial times. More specifically, Abigail Adams. Adams is one of the most influential women in American history. She was born on November 11, 1744. She was the wife and first lady to John Adams. She married him when she was 19.
Abigail Adams was for women's rights and against slavery.
Abigail Adams expressed her political thoughts through public letters. She was criticized multiple times for getting involved in her husband's affairs, and was called Mrs. everywhere she went.
Rights as men because we're human beings, and then we should have a saying of what our men. Woo! Who do you think you are, Mrs. President? Oh yeah, Mr. President! I like this.
Her most famous letter was to her husband when he left to Paris for the Treaty of Paris. In her letter, she tells her husband,
"To desire you would remember the ladies, and be more generous to them than your ancestors. Do not put such unlimited power in the hands of husbands. Remember all men would be tyrants if they could. If particular care and attention are not paid to the ladies, we are determined to foment a rebellion, and will not hold ourselves bound to obey the laws in which we have no voice of representation."
But of course, John Adams did not include the women in the Declaration of Independence.
John Adams didn't include the ladies because they were seen as inferior during these times.
During colonial times in the early years of the states, women were treated rudely and harshly. Women were not allowed to vote.
No!
Or allowed to work in law and the medical profession.
No!
But women played a significant role during colonial times. Many women formed their own patriotic groups that carried out anti-British actions before the American Revolution. They formed the famous Daughters of Liberty, who performed many acts of rebellion, such as the Coffee Party, similar to the Boston Tea Party. Although Abigail Adams was unsuccessful in her mission for equal rights, she was an adamant advocate of equal public education for women and slave emancipation. Abigail Adams died of typhoid fever at the age of 73, 30 years before the Declaration of Sentiments was written, stating all men and women were created equally. Her last words were,
Do not grieve, my friend, my dearest friend. I am ready to go. And John, it will not be long.
Bye, girl. Remember the woman who fought for slave rights. Remember the woman who fought for women's rights. Remember Abigail Adams. But overall, remember the ladies.
Fun facts about Abigail Adams. Did you know she was the daughter of William Smith and Elizabeth Quincy?
She was also 5'1" and had brown hair and brown eyes.
Brown hair. And she also had 3 sons and 2 daughters.
One of them was also the 6th President of the United States, John Quincy Adams.
And she was actually the first lady to ever live in the White House.
Her education was given to her by her dad, who was a Congregationalist.
And now you know fun facts about Abigail Adams. The more you know.
Dance down to the somewhere. Can't remember how it goes, but I know I won't forget. 'Cause we danced down out to the best song ever. I think it went oh oh oh. I think it went yeah yeah yeah. I think it goes oh. You know, I remember you. I know you remember me. Oh, oh, oh. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I know, I